So next up, as I mentioned, there's a talk on art. Now, Scotto is a good friend of mine. We've been going to Burning Man for years together, and he dabbles both in the theater and in digital art, so here he is. Please welcome Scotto.
Hi, thanks. I'm here to talk to you tonight about internet art. I'm not talking about traditional art that you put on the net, but I'm talking about art that uses the net as its medium. Now, I remember the first time someone explained to me how hypertext was going to change the face of storytelling. It didn't. But artists like Mark America created very interesting pieces utilizing nonlinear storytelling, small animations, and audio snippets. This was pretty revolutionary not too long ago. And the first internet art that I remember was a piece called Jody.org, an endless series of HTML pages as abstract expressions. If you view the source on this page, you'll see that the code actually contains an ASCII representation of a bomb. This was the mid-90s, of course, before that kind of thing would get you put on a list. Sites like Superbad continued this style of exploration with endless, beautiful twists and turns. It's a puzzle. Why is that boy's head so large? I don't know. These artists were rebelling against the clean and easy-to-parse web design standards that were trying to emerge at the time. Nowadays, we've got all kinds of internet art. Second Front, a performance art troupe situated in Second Life, recently raided the Reuters building there and overwhelmed the lobby with their own breaking news headlines. I, of course, can't handle Second Life because of a long-standing fear of polygons, but storytelling has certainly advanced since hypertext. The wiki novel is truly democratizing art. What I love about this is that it takes a form that has traditionally been very solitary and very difficult, and by adding more people to the process, it makes it more difficult. Dance has a unique place on the net. You can check out this expandable movement library of HTML tags, which anyone can submit video clips to, in which they're using to choreograph the global top 500 websites like Expedia. Just makes sense. This next piece incorporates multiple concurrent video windows and interstitial graphics to create a rich web cinema palette. Now, it's no Die Hard, which, you know, the part where he goes, yippee-ki-yay! That's a great film. But web cinema gives us alternative storytelling techniques that are still basically in their infancy. And that's how our evil overlords would like it to stay. Now, I'm not against the commodification of art. I like buying episodes of TV as much as the next guy, but big media, by definition, views art as a product called content, and us as consumers or locusts. Artists are now using MySpace and YouTube to reach for fame and fortune in traditional media. Lonely Girl wanted a film deal. The Lonely Island guys made it to SNL, and now everybody wants to make it big like that. Unfortunately, that requires you to parrot traditional media forms. Innovation suffers. Contrast that with graffiti artists, who have no expectation of landing a TV deal. These artists create in an environment of literal risk, and their primary incentive is the knowledge that they've created a kick-ass piece of art. Is there any parallel art form like that on the net? Yes, yeah. Oh, hi! Now, the big buzzword in internet art these days is disintermediation. The internet theoretically disintermediates the big media companies. But to the extent that artists rely on MySpace and YouTube, they're merely trading out for a different big media company and continue down the path of viewing their work as content to be consumed. Now, people ask, how will internet artists get paid? There are ways. Threadless is a great example of a business that built itself around essentially an online artist collective. But thinking in terms of money immediately puts you at a remove from the pure artistic response. And I can't help but think that suckers us into playing big media's game. We're not innovating. Now, internet art hasn't been around very long, obviously, and much that we know about today is the province of art galleries, commissions by the Tate, the Whitney, the Guggenheim, because that's how artists can get paid for this stuff. But this stuff isn't connecting with the mainstream. It lacks the visceral spark that good pop media can provide. The Dumpster, for instance, it's a small web app that enables you to navigate through hundreds of blog snippets and text messages about people breaking up. It's cute. But if this is the state of software art on the net, if this is the kind of thing galleries are commissioning, well, that sucks, and I don't like it. Now, Second Life is the closest thing we've got. The limitation here is that it's oriented around modeling a 3D world. Admittedly, a world where you can fly and have sex with a bunny rabbit, but it still has that limitation. You don't always want to don an avatar to experience art. What would the digital equivalent of Burning Man be? A grassroots arts festival with few rules and devoid of commerce as a motivator. What could inspire coders and designers and artists of all disciplines to come together to push the boundaries of internet art? I don't know. But I know it's missing right now. So put another way, what would the true internet equivalent be of Sgt. Pepper's, the piece that comes along and causes everybody to pay attention and take notice? The Beatles revolutionized pop music in that moment, and the time is ripe for someone to come along and do that on the internet. That someone, by the way, is not going to be me, because I'm a very busy person and I have lots of important television to watch. Thank you. Good night.